Voice agents have proven time and time again to be one of the most profitable niches in the AI space. Yet most people have no idea how they work and how you can set them up step by step. And look, I'm out here to give you another 25 templates of voice agents that you're never going to use, because reality is that's not what you need. What you need is to see the exact process of how these systems work inside and out, but also the step-by-step process of how you can build them. Which is why in this video, I'm going to be building a full voice agent from scratch so you can copy paste it and you can start selling it to businesses right away. And in case it's your first time here, my name is Michele and I've scaled my own AI agency to 6 figures in 14 months. I've worked with over 50 businesses to implement AI and automations and taught over 20,000 people in the process, all starting with zero technical knowledge. With that being said, let's dive in. All right, so here's how fundamentally an AI agent works. We have an input from the user that can I ask a question? What is your pricing? Can I book an appointment? Then we have the actual AI agent, the voice agent, which has system prompts, which is a full prompt full of instructions. So all instructions that the AI agent needs to adhere to, they need to use when actually executing the task, right? Then we have the brain, obviously because a voice agent is powered by AI. So what is that model? Is it ChatGPT? Is it Claude? Is it whatever else? Then we have the memory, also known as the knowledge base, which is a document that we give it, which it will then use when answering questions, which could be for customer support. And then we have tools. Now, tools is the exact reason why the AI agent is able to book appointments, right? It's able to answer any questions, book appointments. It can add leads to the CRM. It can do all these different tasks because it can tap in all the different tools. And so that's exactly why an AI agent is so powerful, because someone speaks to it and it can execute all the tasks without the human having to be there. And then the output here could either be a response to a question. So what is your pricing? We could say, hey, it's $95 a month. Or it can be a simple yes, your booking is confirmed for tomorrow at 5 p.m. And when it comes to voice agents in specific, there's 3 main offers or 3 main services that people actually build for clients. The first one is an inbound receptionist. This is by far the most popular one. And the way that it works is that a customer calls, the AI answers, right? And the AI can either transfer calls, it can take details, and it can book appointments. It can also answer any questions if it needs to answer any questions. And pro tip is target after hours to begin with, because the inbound receptionist solves the problem that a lot of business owners, they don't have time after hours to book appointments or to answer calls, to convert leads from a phone call, right? Just a lead, to an actual consultation or paying client. Now, I've actually made a full video where I showed you exactly how you can cold call and selling this exact offer. You can check it out up here. Very, very useful. And again, this is the most, I guess, popular one because most businesses that take the phone have an inbound receptionist or have a receptionist at all. So that's where it becomes really, really easy to implement this. And by the way, this right here, the inbound receptionist, is the exact same one that I'm going to be building out today. Then we had lead reactivation. So let's say you have a dental clinic and a lot of patients that go in the dental clinic, they show interest, but they never actually buy, right? Or a landscaper has a lot of calls, but not everyone ends up buying. And so what tends to happen is that over time, the actual business starts to have a list of people, the contacts, or people that were interested, but didn't end up buying. And these are leads that we store in a CRM. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management Software, okay? So which means that basically it's like a Google Sheet or Excel, it can be HubSpot, it can be ClickUp, Asana, whatever it is, that has a ton of contacts that now we're able to reactivate, right? So what would happen here is that the voice agent would call the list of leads, it will call each one and it will book the appointment with the hopes that then they become a paying client. And lastly, we have also one of the more popular ones, which is speed to lead. So if a company is running Facebook ads, right? We know that to run Facebook ads, then one of the most important things, it's how fast you can follow up with the person who opted in the Facebook ad. So if I go into someone's Facebook ad and I put my details, how fast are they going to reply to me? How fast are they going to follow up and call me to then book me for an appointment? And the thing is, most businesses don't reply within 5 minutes, which is typically the time where conversions increase the most, right? And so what we do here is we implement a system where you have someone opting in the ad, then you have the voice agent calling them within 5 minutes to then book an appointment, and then they can become a paying customer. Now, bear in mind that this is hard, but super tangible and rewarding when you do it for the business. And typically it's not something that we tell a beginner to start with. We usually start with a inbound receptionist because it is the easiest to build as well. All right, so to make the actual agent, we're gonna be using a software called Retell AI, one of the best softwares in the market right now when it comes to making voice agents. There's also Vapi, which is also good, but Retell is the easiest to get started with, but also the most comfortable and the one that typically the best over time. So let's make an account. Let's try for free. You can continue with Google. You can then choose your account, press continue. Once you set up your account, just finish the onboarding here. And now you'll get to a dashboard that looks like this. On the left-hand side, you can see that we have build. The agents tab is where we're going to be building the actual agent. Then we have the knowledge base. So when a voice agent has to answer a specific question about the business, it always goes to the knowledge base, which can be a predefined document that we make about the company. And we're going to be using this for today's voice agent. Then we have the deployment. So once you build a voice agent, what happens then? You can then go to phone numbers. You can then press plus and you can buy a new number, right? And use Twilio to be able to buy a new number and then set it up for the business. Or you can simply use the business phone number as well. And then we have a bunch more settings as well, like call history, chat history, batch call, analytics, which as a beginner, you shouldn't worry about right now. So the first step is creating an agent. You can press create an agent and you can do voice agent. There's also the possibility to do chat agents, which is pretty cool. But we're going to do voice for now. And we can just press single prompt agent. And this is the easiest to start. It's very simple and you can basically put your own prompt. You want to start from blank, that's fine. You can press create. And now you get to this page right here. On the left-hand side, you get to see the prompt, which is basically the instructions that the voice agent will follow when doing whatever the person wants to do. Here we have the brain, right? The LLM. We can choose 4.1. We can choose Gemini 2.5 Flashlight, which is the fastest right here. I'm going to stick to 4.1, which is fine. Then we have the voices. So we use a software called 11 Labs to choose the voice for the voice agent. And we can look at that in a second. We have the language here. So if you want to change language, you can change language here. And then here we have the pricing. So we have the voice plus the LLM, which is the price that we have to pay per minute. So in this case, it would be 0.115 cents per minute. Then right here, we have the latency. So the latency is basically the time delay between when I stop talking as a user and when the voice agent starts talking to make it seem more human and more conversational. And then we have the tokens. So if you have a bigger prompt, then it will cost more. And then down here as well, you can see the welcome message. So whether you want to let the user speak first or the AI speak first. In this case, we're going to press AI speak first because it's an inbound receptionist and we want them to be able to answer the phone. And now we can start making the functions, knowledge base, and all the other things as well. So the first step that I do is actually making the knowledge base, because the knowledge base, like I mentioned, is going to be the context that we provide to the voice agent when it needs to answer any questions about anything that the user wants. So I can press add. I can go to add new knowledge base and I get to this page right here. And right here, I can press plus. I can then enter the knowledge base and I can upload files. In this case, I'm going to go to my free school community. I'm going to go to the classroom section, templates vault, and then it should be anytime templates, voice agents, and right here, knowledge base. So this right here is going to be a document that we use, and we're going to use an example of a landscaping business. So we have business overview, location, opening hours, backstory, the team, services and pricing, signature packages, and a bunch more other stuff as well. I'm going to download this, save it to my desktop, and then here I can upload files. I can go knowledge base here and I can press open. So now we have knowledge base, landscaping. There you go. And I can press save. So you will see here that it will say in progress, right? Which means that the document is uploading. And right here, we can go back to knowledge base. We can press add, and now we're able to see the knowledge base landscaping, which means that now we're adding the document that the voice agent is going to be using when answering the questions. The next part is making the functions. So the functions is the capabilities, so the things that the voice agent is going to be able to do. For example, it's going to be able to end the call. And we also have a description here. For example, end the call when the user has to leave, like says bye, or you are instructed to do so. You can speak before execution. You can press update. So that will be the actual end call. And then we have a ton more. So we have call transfer, agent transfer, check availability, book on a calendar, press digits, and send SMS, and then extract dynamic variables. So for this example, we're going to be checking calendar availability, and we're also going to be booking on the calendar as well. So if I press on the check calendar availability, I can see that I have this page right here. And I have the description, which is when the user asks for availability, check the calendar and provide available slots. And then we have to make another account on call.com, which is this platform right here, which is going to be allowing us to be able to actually book the appointment on our calendar. All you have to do is press get started. And I typically continue with Google. Choose your account, press continue, continue. You can do for personal use, that's fine. You can press continue here. And you can see that your calendar is connected already. In case you're using Outlook or any other calendar, just press connect here and it will automatically connect it to your account there. Press continue here. And then you'll have a page that looks like this. We can see that we have 3 pre-made calendar events that were made by cal.com. In this case, we're going to press new and we can just put this as landscaping. This event is for a landscaping service for our business and it's going to be for 60 minutes, so 1 hour. I'm going to press continue. Let me get to this page right here. Make sure that when you go to advanced, you press event type and you turn this on, okay? Because this is going to be your calendar that you're going to be using when checking the availability and booking the appointment. We can press save. And now if we go back, we can see that we've now made our actual event. right here. Now on Retell, it's asking us for two different things. It's asking us for the API key and the event type ID. So the event type ID is the ID right here. There should be a number. So 4641458. I can just go here. I can paste it for the event type ID. And to get the API key, you can go to settings. You can go to API keys, bottom left, and you can press add. You can put voice AI. And you also have an expiration date, which means when do you want this so-called password to be disabled? I usually put never expires because that way I don't have to re-authenticate the whole account. You can press save, you can copy the key, bring it back to Retell, and you can paste it right here. And then you also have the time zone. So you want to make sure that your time zone is the exact same time zone as the one on your calendar. In this case, for me, it would be Asia, Dubai right now. I can press save. And right now you see that you have the check availability cal. That's only for checking if the calendar is available. The next step is actually booking the appointment. So I can now press on book on the calendar cal.com. And we have book appointment cal. We can see that when the user asks to book an appointment, book it on the calendar, that's fine. And now we need the API key and the event type ID. If you already have the API key pasted, you can paste it again here. And now we have to get back the event type ID. I can go back here and I can go to the URL and get the number, which I can paste right here and change this to your time zone. All right, so to keep it simple, we now have check availability and we also have book appointments cal. And that's going to be it for the functions here. Then we also have speech settings. So in this case, if you want to have background noise when your voice agent answers, you could. In this case, you have coffee shop, conventional hall, summer outdoors. What we could do is you can have summer outdoors just because it is a landscaping. So you can do that. You can change other settings. I'm not going to change anything to keep it simple. You also have real time. You have call settings, which I'm not going to use. Post call data extraction. So what do you want the voice agent to extract from that call? I'm not going to be using this, but we also have the call summary and call successful, which is going to be enough for us. And then webhook settings in case you need to configure some sort of webhook, and MCP as well. But now just because we want to check availability and book the appointment, that's going to be enough. All right, so the next thing we have to do is make the prompt, because the prompt is the most important thing when it comes to building a voice agent. Because if your instructions are bad, then your voice agent is going to be bad. Regardless of whether your voice sounds good, regardless of whether you have all the functions possible, if the instructions of the voice agent does not work, then it's not going to understand exactly what it needs to do. I'm going to go back to my community here. I can go to the same one here. I can go to voice agent prompt, and I'll have the prompt here. So the prompt is divided in a way where we have personality, environment, we have the tone, the goal, the guardrails, and all the tools that we have available. So I can just copy this. I can go back to Retell and I can paste it here. And if you're wondering what these hashtags are, well, if I go to a docs.new and you have, let's say, heading 1 or heading 2 or heading 3, how is the document supposed to know the level of importance of the text if you don't actually add the heading? So if I press hashtag, heading 1, 2 hashtags, heading 2, 3 hashtags, heading 3, so that the voice agent understands the level of importance when it comes to the actual prompt itself. 3 hashtags, there you go, right? Like this. So again, we have tone, we have all the goals, so greeting and information gathering. So you're John, the receptionist for John Landscaping Services. You answer question, you check availability, you book the appointments, you handle difficult situations, and you close as well. The guardrails is do not provide information about services or prices that are not offered by John Landscaping Services. We set those lines in between the lines to make sure that the voice agent does not hallucinate. Hallucinate just means that it starts making up stuff. Now, once we have this, we can then choose the model. Again, 4.1 is going to be fine. Then we have to choose the voice. So I'm going to be choosing a male voice because the guy's name is John. So gender is going to be male. Accent, let's make it American. Use voice. Let's use Ethan. And you can always change it if you don't like it, because we have the functions, we have the knowledge base, we have the prompt. Now it's just about testing. So right here I have my Retell. Right here I have my calendar. I'm going to put them into a split view so you can see both of them. And now we can start talking to the voice agent itself. So because we're not using an actual number, I can't call it with my phone. So I'm going to test it just to see if it can book the appointment, and then we can see if it can answer any questions as well.
Hello. Thank you for calling John's Landscaping Services. This is John, the receptionist. How can I assist you today?
Can I book a landscaping service for some time tomorrow?
Let me check our availability for landscaping services tomorrow. One moment, please. We have the following time slots available for landscaping services tomorrow. 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., 3 p.m. to 4 p.m.
We can do 9 a.m. 9 a.m. is fine.
Great, I'll book your landscaping service for 9 a.m. tomorrow. Could I please have your name, phone number, email address, and the service address to complete your booking?
Yeah, my name is Michele. My phone number is +1 545 5456. My email address is michele@gmail.com. And my address is 123 Main Street.
Thank you, Michelle. I'm booking your landscaping service for 9 a.m. tomorrow at 123 Main Street. One moment while I confirm your appointment. Your landscaping service is all set for tomorrow at 9 a.m. at 123 Main Street. You'll receive a confirmation shortly. Thank you for choosing John's Landscaping Services, Michelle. If you have any other questions or need to make changes, just let us know.
Oh, I have a question. Can I ask a question?
Of course, Michelle. Please go ahead and ask your question. I'm here to help.
I have a question around pricing. Well, how much is a lawn mowing small? How much does that go for?
For a small lawn mowing service, the price starts from $60. This includes mowing and edging for a small size lawn. If you'd like more details or want to book this specific service, just let me know.
What about the ongoing maintenance plan? How much does that cost and what does it include?
Our ongoing maintenance plan starts from $220 per month. Here's what it includes: fortnightly or monthly visits, priority scheduling, discounted rates on additional services. This plan is ideal for clients who want regular long-term care for their garden or lawn. If you'd like more details or are interested in signing up, I'm happy to help.
No, that's it. Thank you. Have a good day. There you go. Apart from the fact that it called me Michelle, everything else is pretty good. So now that you have the prompt, the functions, and the voice agent set up, you can also test in the chat right here in case you want to speak to it and you don't want to talk. You can now publish it and make sure that you buy a number right here, phone number, plus buy a new number, and then you'll be able to use Twilio, or you can use Telnix. I don't know much about the software. I know about Twilio, which is the most popular one that you can connect the number to then be able to actually have a phone number that can be called whenever someone calls a voice agent. Of course, because this is an inbound receptionist, then the customer will call a number. And so you can either use this or you can use the business number to be able to integrate it with the software right here. And in case you want to see the history of all the calls, you can also go to call history. So you can see all the different calls that we have. So for example, this one here, we get to see the call successful. We get to see all the transcription here and the recording as well, which is great because when you're implementing voice agents for clients, a big part of voice agents is testing and iterating and improving the prompt. And so if you have the recording, you can also download it. Then you can listen back to it and you can see what went wrong and what you can change in the prompt to make sure that you can improve the voice agent over time. And again, conversation analysis, summary, data, detail logs, and a bunch more other stuff that you can do as well. Bear in mind that for a free trial, you do get $10 of free credits. And for example, that call right there that we just had, that was 27 cents, right? And for an agent, like we mentioned before, the cost would depend on the prompt. It will depend on the model, but also the voice they use in 11 Labs. So in this case, it was 12 cents per minute that you would have to pay. You see how it says voice agent, 7 cents, LLM, which is 4.5 cents, and the knowledge base, which is 0.005 cents per minute. So all of them combined give you the final pricing. Again, if you're looking for the knowledge base plus the voice agent prompt, there's a second link down below to my free school community. You can go to the classroom section. You can then go to the templates vault and you'll be able to see the voice agents under the N10 templates. Bear in mind that not everybody gets in, so please put some thoughts into your answers when you apply, and I'll see you on the inside. So now you understand exactly the fundamentals of voice agents, how they work, and how you can set one up step by step in under 10 minutes. With voice agents, you can do so much more. There's so many use cases, which is why it's such a profitable niche right now, because you can solve a lot of problems, especially for the businesses that pick up the phone. And if you want to work with me one-to-one to be able to take these skills and actually monetize them to be able to start your own AI agency, then I left the first link down below, which goes through a full video of a one-to-one mentorship program. Check it out. If it sounds like a good fit, then feel free to apply. And if you're wondering how you can build a full agency with voice agents, well, check out this video up here, which is a 2-hour video, which goes through step by step everything that you have to know from learning the skill to actually delivering for clients. It's an awesome video. I would definitely recommend checking it out. With that being said, I hope you found value from this video, and I'll see you in the next one.